Okay, so the next part of the lesson now is now that we have our photo gallery done, which we will embed, well, in theory, into the website, we're going to make our home page with the banner and create navigation using slices. And so before we do that, I just want to say that you can actually close Bridge now because we don't need it. Okay, because you saved the gallery, so it's done. And then so open Photoshop and we're going to create a new document. Okay, so with creating a new document for the web, this is just a mock-up for the design. So you would design something and send it to a programmer to upload it, or if you know how to do a little programming, you can do it yourself. But first, oh, there's this design for web option here. Whoops, I missed it. There it is. And then what it automatically does is sets your size to 800 by 600 pixels and at 72 dpi. If you remember when we print at 300 dpi because when you're going from screen to print, you need a lot more memory, a lot more pixels for it to look crisp when it's printed than for it to look crisp on screen. 72 dpi is fine, but then when you go to print, you need it to be like 4 times as much memory. And then of course, since we're not printing, this is online, we just use the RGB color mode. And for background, we want to pick white. Okay. Just a quick word about this setting here, 800 by 600 pixels. That's kind of like the design for the smallest computer screen that someone would be viewing their website at. So you design for the smallest screen and then they can always expand their browser if they want to. But what happens is if you design it for a bigger screen, like somebody who has 1,000+ pixels width on their screen, then when somebody who has a small screen views it, they're going to have to like scroll to the side to finish reading the text, and it's going to be really annoying. So you, as a rule of thumb, people tend to design for the smallest screen. And then also we want to name it Freeze Frame because that's our company name here. Freeze Frame, and then hit OK. Okay, at this point you can save your file because just because you've named it doesn't mean that it's actually saved. So if you go Control S, then it'll prompt you, okay, so I want to keep the name Freeze Frame. I don't like spaces, so I'm going to delete that. And then just save it in my Chapter 9 folder with my other images. Save. And then now we're going to open up 3 images from the Chapter 9 folder. So go File Opener, Control or Command O. And you know how I was saying if you want to click on more than one image, you can hold Command or Control. So if I click on Silhouette, that's one of them. And I also want Photo Shoot. And I also want Freeze Frame, I think. Let's see, let me just check. I gotta check what it looks like. Where is it? Masthead. Okay, sorry, it's called Masthead. And then, whoops. Masthead, Photo Shoot, and Silhouette. And then click Open. And all 3 will open up. And then I can do my Arrange tile vertically so that I see all of them. And then I want to put Masthead in first because I want that to be on the bottom. And I'm going to hold Shift when I drag it over into my freeze frame dialog so that it automatically centers it. I want to see if I can drag it over to make it bigger. There we go. Actually, I can close Masthead once I've done that because I don't need it anymore. And then with this image, actually I want to drag over my silhouette first because I want it to be under the photo shoot image. So you don't need to hold Shift here. It doesn't need to be centered. I can position it later, and then I drag that one and close those 2 windows because I don't need them anymore. And position the masthead background at the top like so, and the 2 other images up here. Let's see, I just want to move this guy alone by himself